Hey guys, Pete Tansley here, and with me is my friend and client James Summers. James, welcome.
Hey, nice to be here.
So, man, why don't you just quickly fill everyone in on I guess, who you are and who do you help and what do you do?
So name's James. I own Dawn Athletic. So we opened a new gym up about a month ago in November to help mostly mid-20s females to get fitter and more confident with their body image. Myself and my business partner / girlfriend Katie opened the gym up to help those girls.
Love that. Fantastic. Yeah, it's been an awesome couple of months to see it open up and go live. But I guess if we rewind a while ago now to when we sort of first met and first started working together, I guess when that time happened, can you sort of set the scene of where you were and what was happening at that stage?
Where I was. So I would have been about 18 months ago. I actually had to take time off work because my grandma actually got really ill and was passing away. And in that time, I lost a lot of clientele because I couldn't afford to not keep working, but I had to limit my work a lot. When I came out of that situation, I looked at myself and I was like, if this happens again, I need to be able to take time off work and not stress about making money, which is a big stress for a lot of PTs. And then just trying to build that business back up. I thought I was like, I need help with this. I found you and, good ever since.
Yeah, love that. So it's sort of been quite an evolution because we've grown the commercial gym, Fitness First, where you're working, and then the plan was always to sort of have this facility which you're now living. But I guess when we first started, what were some of the first things that made an impact for you that we did?
Biggest thing was the mindset stuff. Getting clear on who I am as a person was important, and how to give myself the best time to then give my clients the best time and be ready for the stresses that come off and be able to manage it. Then a lot of it would be around the sales process and the funnels of how to get someone in and how to get them to become a raving fan, as you say.
Yeah, I love that. So do you remember where you were back then in terms of number of clients, number of sessions per week?
Probably would have been around 15 sessions a week when I started at best. Yeah, it was fairly low. I think 15 would have been my best week at that stage. Yeah.
15 a week, cool. And then what was the impact? So we worked together whilst you're still at the commercial gym. What was the impact of that? Then we can go into the facility in a minute, but what was the impact of working together then? Where did it get you to there?
So instantly, I think in about 2 weeks, I went to 22 or 23 members, just having the confidence in putting myself out there. So a lot of the stresses I had coming back to the job of not having enough money, pretty much disappeared. And then something cool happened in that my girlfriend, who we worked together at Fitness First, we always discussed these plans of oh, it'd be cool to open our gym, we can work together one day. And then we're just having a chat one day after I started with you. I was showing her some of the stuff we're doing. And we're like, oh, why don't we just work together? Why don't we build something here? This is what we want for the future. And then we just slowly built it over time at Fitness First. And it's pretty much the same model we run here, which has been great for us. Knowing the steps we needed to take together as a team was massive for us.
Yeah, 100%. So what did you learn? What have you learned along the last 12 to 18 months about business and about, scaling up your company?
Oh, so much. I think the biggest part would have been around just how to structure everything. So instead of thinking you've got to do everything at once and try and discover it, it's all about adding those layers in. At no stage have I felt overwhelmed. We just started with the mindset, and then just getting clear on the niche, I think has been massive, of knowing who we're servicing and then knowing how to talk to that person. That's been a massive one. And then actually committing to social media. I know for myself, it's a horrifying thing. And I know Katie as well really struggle with it. Now it's easy. And like we see the importance of it. And then the other big one would just be around the sales, like knowing how to get someone in and then being confident with taking them through sales and valuing yourself. I think a lot of PTs see themselves as like, they undercut themselves a lot. And I know I did this in the past because you're fearful of getting that money, and just having that mindset around like, I'm valuable and I'm a service that you need has been massive for us.
Yeah, it's been cool to witness. I think mindset and sales go sort of hand in hand.
Yeah,
which has been really cool to see from both of you guys. Yeah, awesome. And I think maybe 4 or 5 live events you've been to now as well. How do you feel about coming to the live events, the face-to-face things we do?
Oh, good. I think, 4. We've done a year's worth. They've been massive, like to step away from the business and like not be caught up in the day-to-day runnings and just take that step away from yourself and give yourself an honest look of like, cool, I'm doing this right, but I need to improve this. And then planning it, it's amazing to go through like these 3-month periods of like, this is what I need to do until the next one, not being scared of like, what am I doing? Because when you're like too far into the business every single day, you can't take that step back and look at like, this is how I'm going to build it. So having that ability is like amazing in terms of my productivity and like pushing towards like more members, or like before it was like getting the gym, but now it's more members, giving a better service. And it's just so much easier, especially when you're around other people going through the same thing as well. You can see what they're going through, and then it normally helps you.
Massively. Yeah, cool. Now, if you rewind 18 months ago, what advice would you give to someone if they were in your shoes then about potentially, joining this program or getting some help? What advice would you give to someone, to yourself 18 months ago?
This guy's really lame. Like, you've just got to do it. Like, I've seen so many PTs, and I've like myself, I think there's this ego thing of like, I can do it all myself. I'm just training people. When you finally realize like how much business is involved, how much mindset, sales, all that stuff, like it's crazy to see like what I was like before. I thought I was doing right to like now, like just completely different. I think just having that like courage, take that step. Like I didn't know if at the start if I could afford it or what it would do for me, because like no one knows at first. But even if I had less money, I still would have signed on. Like no matter what it was, I would have done it, because the change has been incredible. So it's like my biggest takeaway would be like, no matter what fears you have, you've just got to get in and do it and just trust the process of it all.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say there were some fears when you started, but to your credit and Katie, you just hit it head on, and you were very coachable. You followed the plan, right?
Yeah. I think a big thing too is you've never been too pushy. You're not like pushing us to like do this. It's more encouragement, asking questions, getting an insight, and then like giving advice. You never been pushy, never been mean, which is awesome. Like you don't feel overwhelmed or stressed. You're like, oh shit, Pete makes me, I need to do this for Pete. It's like you've given us the advice and you let us like make the mistakes and learn the lessons as well, which is awesome.
Yeah, perfect. Awesome, man. Appreciate that feedback. Yeah, cool. All right. I want people to know this is a real interview and not just raw. Is there anything, I want to put you on the spot, is there anything we could do better? Is there anything that we could improve on or do better for current clients?
Maybe some more like monthly lessons or like masterminds. Like choose like a topic each month to go deep in on a live thing. You could do that. I just haven't caught it.
Yeah, I like that.
Like I know the in the last event you did with Hannah was really well received, like something like that, of the little extras.
Got you. Love that. Yeah, great idea. Okay, cool. You can definitely add that in.
Yeah.
Love that. So if we look at, we're about to cross over into 2019. So what's in store for yourself and Katie and Dawn? What's the next 12 months look like?
Next 12 months, we want 70 members. We're about 30, 35 at the moment, so scaling up a lot. And then also hiring staff. We want our time back more, which understandably when you first open a gym, a lot of time is involved in getting it set up, running, get it how you want in terms of vibes and everything. And now next year we want to look at stepping back a bit so where we can focus on the things that are going to make the gym better and then have people under us to like service the clients. So go more into that like business role, entrepreneur style.
Yeah, it's like we'll scale up marketing and sales more, and then it'll be about building a team, building a culture and a tribe.
Yeah.
Fantastic. All right, man. Well, thanks very much for giving your time today and sharing some insights. It's been terrific to be play a small role in it, and looking forward to a big 2019, man.
Awesome. Thanks for that. That was fun.
No worries. Thanks, man. Talk soon.
See you, mate.